lived in this neighborhood for 5 years now, and during that time period, a lot of my neighbors have told me about their haunted houses and the ghosts that apparently live in them. So I decided to do a little investigating myself and find out what I could learn about the local houses in my neighborhood and their apparent hauntings.
One day I was sitting in the living room watching TV, and I heard a noise, and I thought it was somebody outside mowing the yard because it sounded, like a lawnmower. And so it kept going on for like 2 hours, and so I figured, the person was not still mowing grass. So I went in the kitchen and I looked in the drawer, and the blender was on, and it was not plugged in. It was running. One night we were all asleep. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and the shower all of a sudden just comes on.
Do you think that women have a stronger connection with ghosts than men do, or are more likely to have experiences or share feelings with ghosts?
I don't know. I think I know 2 guys who have also had interactions with like unnatural beings or whatever, but I guess like on a more emotional level, I think women probably experience more of that.
Love to Dad. Right. Bye. Bye.
So do you believe in ghosts?
That's a difficult question. To an extent, yeah. Okay, one night I was laying in my bed, and I just woke up all of a sudden, and I saw these 3 people come towards my bed, and they were like silhouettes, black and white. And they had veils on their head, and they came and kneeled at my bed and were praying. And I was really scared. I pinched myself to make sure that, I was awake and that I weren't sleeping or dreaming or anything. And I closed my eyes and I counted to 3. And the 3rd time that I'd done it, they were gone.
The house. And one night, I used to have a rocking chair in there. One night I woke up and I could hear my rocking chair rocking back and forth and hitting the wall, and I was like, but I was too afraid to look up, so I just covered my ears and held the covers over my head. And there's been a couple other times where I've heard things like, it sounds like someone's walking through the house, or if I'm home alone, I've heard people opening and shutting doors, like at the back of the house, like in the bathroom. And one day I decided, I was like, look, if there's anybody in here other than human, I was like, I don't want to hear you, I don't want to see you, and when I'm gone, you can do whatever you want. And I hadn't had a problem since, really.
And what do you attribute this haunting to?
I don't know. Maybe they're just people that they haven't found what they need to go on to another life or something. I have no idea. And we'd be watching TV, and the TV would change itself with the remote sitting on the coffee table.
Are you troubled by strange noises in the middle of the night?
Do you experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic?
These girls, and according to the residents who've lived here before, have all had some very scary nights living in this house.
I assume like at some point you've heard of like the night terror, that dream where you're half awake and you think you're awake but you can't move your body or anything, and it feels like there's someone sitting on your chest, or maybe there's someone at the end of the bed. And I think that's a pretty common thing between all people. I think everybody has that at some time, but like since I've moved into this house, I have that dream, I guess it's a dream, really frequently. And I don't know if it's just something about the house itself, or just like I don't know. Sometimes it feels like there's a presence here.
Well,
Like, I'm not a huge believer in ghosts and stuff like that, but since I've been living in that house, like, there have been some strange things that have happened, and I don't, like, I talked to Sandy, and maybe she's just playing on my, crazy experiences and working up hysteria about ghosts and stuff, but sometimes when I know that we've all gone to bed, I'll hear footsteps in the hallway, and it's kind of freaky. And sometimes when I'm, getting ready to go to sleep, I can feel like there's something in the room and watching me, and it's really creepy, and I just pull the covers over my head and try to go to sleep.
So do you believe in ghosts?
I mean, before we lived in that house, I would have been a little more on the no side, and now I'm a lot more on the yes side.
Do you think that women have a better connection to apparitions and ghosts? Or in some way connect with them more?
I really don't know a lot about that particular phenomenon. I guess women, you always hear about women's intuition, so I guess women are more likely to be in tune to that sort of thing. And animals, I've heard.
According to local legend, this house was occupied by a lady with Black Widow characteristics who had 2 husbands die of suspicious deaths.
Well, I think it's haunted because I woke up one night and little girl was at the foot of my bed, all floating around. Oh my goodness.
What was she doing?
Like, I was dreaming, and when I first moved in, I thought I was going crazy. I slept on my couch for like the first 2 weeks, and finally when I went to sleep in my bed, I slept in my bed for about a week, and I kept getting like real weird vibes, like, somebody was in there, and like just real weird smells and cold chills and all that kind of stuff. And I was dreaming, and this little girl was in my dream, and I woke up, and she was just standing at the foot of my bed, and it was pretty scary. It's a very weird feeling.
What do you attribute these ghost stories to? Or why do you think these ghosts, if you do believe in ghosts, which...
Well, I've been seeing them since I was little. Like, the house I live in at home is haunted. Like, I've always seen them.
Do you see the same ghosts at different places?
No, it's always different, and it's always different feelings, too. Like, the little girl I saw was the scariest ghost I've ever seen, because she was real, kind of like, I don't know, her vibe was real strange. Like, kind of desperate, like, help me type stuff. Women are kind of a little more in touch with it, I guess, than men. I don't know.
Is there anything else that happened in your apartment? Any other things that have really freaked you out?
Like hearing people come in and shut my front door and walk around. And I was laying in bed one night reading, and got like a chill up one side of my body. And I looked, and like my comfort, like a total handprint, just went down on my bed. Kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Is there anything else that you've experienced while living, or in your entire life then, for that matter? If you've been seeing them since you were younger, anything else? And if not, then what do you attribute these ghosts to? Like, why do you? Is there a story behind them that you know of? I mean, why do you think they're there? What do you think they want?
I have no idea. Somebody told me one time, because I was trying to find out about the apartment to figure out like if anybody else who lived there previously had seen some stuff, and nobody said that they ever had, and somebody said, well, have you ever thought that maybe it's just you? Because I've read too that like certain people have like, I don't know if I want to call it a portal, but like certain people just have the ability to like kind of open that up or whatever for them to come out. I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, I've been seeing them since I was little.
Get her!